Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dying Time is back with the Badasses of Blood Bowl! That's right, this time we have a Wissen tournament. It is Kickin COVID into Keester. This will be completing our COVID-related games. We've been doing them since the beginning of this whole disaster, and this is the last one. We've done all of the different tournament types. The only one we didn't air was the ladder tournament, the Stairway to Hades, just because that was just always there for everybody else. And so this is sort of our goodbye to Blood Bowl 2, because Blood Bowl 3 will be coming out, and goodbye to being locked away. Let's see our teams for this tournament. We have some of them that have come back for more for more cruelty. Let's see, for more self-punishment. I think that we're all a bit of masochists here, but we're also sadists, so that's okay. All right, so we have the Sewerwater Sallies, who are a Skaven team. Their slogan is, "Pew, what stinks so bad?" Oh, that's us. They have been in a couple of the tournaments, and they've been kind of uneven. They've been up and down in different games. They've lost a bunch of players, as it happens to Ratman, but they also have a couple players now who can get touchdowns. They have one player, I think, who can get a touchdown in a single play, and others who have advanced pretty much. All right, we have 80s Gradies. They are a Nurgle team, and they've been at least one other tournament. They will gag you with more than a spoon, and it looks like this guy already has been gagged. They've got a little bit of experience. They're like your usual Nurgle team, just sort of stinking up the place. You don't even want to go into into one of the stadiums when they've been there. We have the Pygmy All-Stars, and they definitely have been an earlier one. They have been doing very well, especially for a halfling team. So they've come back for more, and they are Zoo. Oh, I thought it was Zool, but just Zoo is their slogan. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm sure halflings probably do, and they're either laughing their asses off or cheering a bunch. Anyway, we have the Mad Villains, who are a necromantic team, or however you want to pronounce it. Anyway, they can't kill. Oh, their slogan is, "You can't kill what's already dead." And you can see they look like they're already dead, but yet they're still ready to kick some ass and take some names, or just forget your name, or just take them on their own. Actually, this is a team that is coming back because they have at least one. Oh no, it's a different one. Well, they might have players from earlier, and at the very least, some of their undead are probably members of earlier crowds. The 80s Gradies has at least one player from an earlier team. I remember that. Anyway, Cruel and the Gang is one of the others. They are the Amazon team, and it's the slogan is, "Oh, what a night," and they're singing away. They are one of the better teams that has played before as well. Actually, I think it's really one of those things where everybody's kind of brought a lot of their best teams back. Although the Bashy Duckers, they are a new team. They're your basic orcs, and their slogan is "Ducking Autocorrect." And yeah, we'll have to see how they do. The orcs and the humans are usually your very basic team that go up against one another, but this is a new one. Honorable Shields are another basic team. They're the humans. Usually orcs and humans are, like I say, your regular run-of-the-mill, and they come with the basic game. We got Hoagies and Grinders. Let's make a sandwich! They should be their dwarf team. We haven't had a dwarf team in a while, and I don't think any in our trilogy of tournaments this particular time. They're all busy drinking, so we'll have to see what they do when they get out to the field. And scary, scary clowns. They are, yes, and they are quite scary. This should be interesting. It's the Goblin Clown team, and if you're afraid of clowns, they're going to they're going to be scary apparently. And that's very interesting because every team is completely different. We have like you saw, a few new ones on the bottom row, and some returning teams at the top. So we're gonna just have to see how this goes. It should be exciting. So now we go to the first game of the first tournament. We are in the half price all night. This is Cruel and the Gang, and they will be up against Mad Villains. But Cruel and the Gang, it looks like, hey, we have at least one person who left their neck pillow here. Apparently she probably, there's another one wearing her neck pillow. Apparently she kept it on from the plane ride over here. And the rest of them just look ready to kick some ass. They have in previous games. And we have Mad Villains. This should be a really good game because, like I say, both of these are experienced teams. You know what? It looks like these zombies probably died while riding a horse, because it looks like they're trying to hold the reins there and, you know, trying to stay steady on top of their horses. Yeah, and it looks like they're all ready to get going, so let's just go ahead and get out to the field. Goblin Ref is going to flip to see who goes first. And we'll have to see. Oh, looks like Cruel and the gang is going to be kicking off to Mad Villains. All right, so Cruel and the gang is going to get themselves set up. Let's see what type of positions they put themselves in. It looks like they're already putting a number of their players at the front. That's actually an interesting choice for Amazon women. Usually they do more of a zone defense, but they're starting to pull some of them back. Sort of thinking better of it. Going to put a little bit more concentration right there in the center, looks like, and have a couple layers of other players. Okay, so they're going to have a strong second layer with a couple in the back. It's interesting, one side's one way and the other side's from another. Now for Mad Villains, the Necromantic team, they're going to put more on the line. That is a bit more common, and along with their werewolves, they're putting themselves in the center, and they're going to have one of the ghouls back. Both ghouls are back in sort of an I formation. And here goes the ball, and we're going to have a bitch invasion! Mighty Swimmers coming out and beating up players. 2 of the vampires knocked down, and two of the Amazon women were taken down. Wow, that is a big move at the beginning. All 4 players stunned already, and now we're going to start going on with the play. All right, looks like the Mad Villains are trying to bring one zombie back, and replace him with a couple other players. And wow, they're going to start beating up right there in the center with their Flesh Golem. Flesh Golem smash, and so do Zombie. All right, basic words elude me. That's why I chose to be an announcer. All right, so now we're going to go back for the ball. Meth Head, he's a little bit too high to pick it up, and the ball goes falling into the bottom of that feed. And somebody keeps sighing down here. That's getting a little disturbing. Okay, and now they're going to start picking themselves up. The ladies are getting up to the right, getting up to no good. Going to push that zombie out of the side. Doesn't she know she should have a weapon before dealing with a zombie? They're the most appropriate team for going through this whole coronavirus crisis. All right. So Antianara pushes back her dog. Apparently she's a cat lady. And she's going to stay back there on the line. They're going to all sort of stay solid together. Strength in numbers. I understand that. Not a lot back. They're not really doing the zone defense. Even though they set themselves up like that, they're really going up forward, being quite aggressive. And, yeah, now they're going to go. Mad Villains are going to get up and try to get in their faces to keep them from going too much forward, because apparently Methy needs a little time to pick up this ball. Yeah, Meth Heads usually have difficulty picking up their balls. All right, so now we got the blitz action coming on here. Lupe! And he uses his frenzy to knock her and then move back around. Actually, that's kind of a smart move. Use your blitz action on your werewolf, because the frenzy will allow you to get to move back if you, what do you call it? Because otherwise you just, your frenzy action is making you move out of the position you don't want to necessarily move out of. So I don't know if that was a happy accident or just a smart move, but I haven't really known werewolves to be that bright. Oh, here comes Methy, and having trouble picking up, but the ball just goes down. Oh! He should not have gotten so high on all that meth last night. The ball is just, he can't keep it in his hands. Like I say, that's what I've heard happens with meth. Don't do drugs, kids. Dodging out of the way. Antianara goes and kicks Wolfie in the butt again. He's apparently been a bad dog. She needs a newspaper to start smacking him. And now she's created a hole. The others are running in there. And oh yeah, once you've got that hole, you're going to get a bunch of Amazonians running through it. Actually, I wish. All right. And a smack to the face. Actually, there's only 2 actually went through there, I suppose. But now they're going to try to surround this dog. And it looks like they're just trying to get him out of the game because it's not like there's much going on over there. But they're going to try to kick him back. Nope, just going to kick him back. Actually, he's going to be more useful going back now. Further now. All right, turn 3 goes to the Mad Villains. And yeah, they shouldn't have kicked that werewolf back because that gave Lupe the chance to run back there. And now they're going to send the ghoul back there. They realize that the ball is in trouble because the ball carrier, Methy, can't seem to pick it up. Does he even have the ability? Oh, he has dodge. Okay, I was going to say, has a special ability to pick up the ball, but they are just not able to get it. He's just a little too hungover or too high. So now they're just going to need to send everybody back there to help out. And their roles have not been particularly good here. I mean, that would be a smackdown for a lot of people, but of course, when they have dodge, they're not going to be taking down. So it's the Mad Villains are really rolling to the Amazonian strength. All right, and here comes it now. Finally, Methy has gotten the ball. Meth Head has it, and the feud. Oh no, I thought it was the other one. All right, well anyway, Antia-Nara got pushed back. And now the Amazonians are going in. They're starting to surround the ball carrier. It is starting to get really looking bad from their point of view. Oh, and they surrounded one of the zombies, kicked him out to the crowd, said, "You all deal with it. We're sick of this guy." So now they're going in. Gonna kick around another zombie. I think I saw that move on Fear the Walking Dead. Alright, now comes the blitz action to get rid of one of the ghouls. It's not the one with the ball, but this is going to push her into the face of the ball carrier. And now they had the advantage with the ball being further back there and a strong line, but now the Amazonians have punctured that line and have gone through. I mean, sometimes it's like, big question, how did this happen? How did we get here? Oh, and now a big smack in the face. That is that feud going on between Antia-Nara and Wolfie. She just kicked him in the face. She is, let's just call her, we can't call her the wolf killer. She hasn't killed him, but the dog punisher. She has sent him to the pound. Is that racist against werewolves? I don't know. But anyway, we have a blitz action happening here from Mr. Frankenstein's monster. And all he's going to do is push her around. This is what I mean. Their roles just have not been particularly powerful, where they should be taking them down and just finishing off the Amazon women. They're really not. They're just kind of pushing them around. They're not particularly doing a lot. All right, now. I said that as if something big was about to happen. Oh, and there's something big does happen. They do not get a good roll. The re-roll's even worse. Comb Over is stunned, and now the Amazonian women are right there in their faces. This is a very dangerous situation for Mad Villains. They're going to get themselves surrounding the Necromancers. They want an even better roll than that. They get it. They're not going to be satisfied with what they want. They take down Methy. The ball goes out of his hands, which, that's sort of normal for him. And now, oh wait, which one is that? That's Al-Qaeda. The Al-Qaeda are here. And they're going to go start blocking on the opposite side, because now you're going to have Antia-Nara. She's going to go for the ball, but she can't help herself. She has to hit the dog on the way by. Cruelty to animals right there, I tell you. She dodges out of the way of the other dog and then continues on, but she's not going to be able to get to the touchdown yet because she can't make it there. So instead, they're going to go for the block. The Amazon women are going to try to basically stop them from stopping her. And nothing is between Antia-Nara and the first touchdown of this game. We go to turn 5. They're going to try to smack them around, and the Amazon women are just going to dodge them a whole bunch. Mad Villains have this sort of V vibe to them. I'm just expecting them to peel back their skin and lizard men to be revealed. To find out that they're actually aliens. All right, You know, it looks like the Mad Villains know they're not going to be able to get to Antianera, so instead they're just beating up her friends. Yeah, I'm kind of used to that. I remember that happened to me in college a lot. Oh, no, but here we go. Wolfie, he is not going to let her go. He has a feud with her. He has this beef. He is going to stop Antianera from getting any further. The other players are just going, screw it, we're going to beat up all these others. Oh, and then they're just going to get beaten up themselves. That's Methy. Methy's that guy that everybody just goes, yeah, well, that's Methy. All right, so is Antianera just going to dodge, or are they going to try to knock Wolfie out of the way first? That's the big question. You always have to ask yourself, because of the fact that sometimes your dodge is better, sometimes your knocking is better, and it looks like they're going to try to take him down first. Well, they're going to at least knock him out of the way. They had a decent chance of that. And now Antianera is free, but they're going to first get a little bit of cardio exercise in there. And here she goes, running in for a touchdown, Antianera! She has kicked her way up there, smacking dogs around, and now is rewarded for it. Wearing her mask and strutting her stuff. Now we have their cheerleaders. I'm actually kind of surprised that their cheerleaders are not a bunch of, guys just wearing loincloths. Maybe get those, the big tough guys from the north. Anyway, all right. So the crowd is cheering. They're excited. We now have a score on the board. It is 1, Cruel and the Gang, 0 to the Mad Villains. All right, the ball goes kicked, and there is a blitz. Oh my goodness, all the luck is going to the Amazonian women. To Cruel and the Gang. I was going to look at their setup, but they just kind of went into it without even doing much. I think that Mad Villains isn't going to even bother trying to get their touchdown this time, but they would have been well advised to have considered some kind of setup, because now with this blitz, Cruel in the Gang might be able to get in there, get the ball, and get another touchdown this half, thus putting them out of reach. So now they're going to go in, get in the faces of all of them. They already have, what is that? Therese in there already heading for the ball, and looks like the rest of their players, they're just going to get in the faces of all the other necromantic characters. I can't say it. Anyway, all the Mad Villains. They're just going to get in their faces. They can't get it, and then Cranky is going to get close to the ball. We'll see if Methy can pick up the ball if he's sobered up yet. All right, so now it's just going to be a lot of beating up. That's one thing, is the Amazonian women really have kind of fed themselves, so now might be the time to beat them up so they don't come back for the second half. And here they're going to be doing and that is a smackdown of Antianera from Wolfie. Wolfie getting his vengeance on her. And all along the line, coming, and there, instead of going after the ball, Methy is just going to get in the way. This is probably pretty wise, just going, you know what, we're not going to score, but we don't want you to also. So their Selleck is going to go up and smack Therese around. I'm sure it's pronounced some other way, but that's what I'm going to say. She can come after me later. All right, goes back to the Amazonian woman. Therese has not been taken down, though, so she is still up. She could go after that ball, but first we're going to see them, the others smack the other Mad Villains around a bit. They're gonna, these women do not back down. They have not been playing, back and dodgy. They're just like, you know what? Lady's gonna get it done. We're not gonna take it. We're not gonna stand back while you do all these things. We are gonna get into your faces. Oh, and they're gonna go after a blitz action. Smacks Cranky out of the way into the ball itself. The ball is gonna go flying, not into her arms, but then she's gonna go pick it up. She's got the ball. It's only a couple. 1 yard away from the touchdown. And into the touchdown. 2-0. Cruel in the Gang. Therese Marine getting in there. Then doing the same kind of haka dance. And their cheerleaders. They have really jumped ahead in this game just before the end of the first half. Cruel in the Gang ahead 2-0. This game is going to be theirs, I predict. Now we're going to set up for, we really are near the end of the game, but we're going to see if there's any more care brought. Nope, they're just going to stay set up the way that they are. Ball is going to be kicked, and the cheering fans people are just cheering. Ball is, it is an onside kick, but it's still a touchback, even though the zombie touched it. So it's going to go over here to Wolfie. All right, this game has really been all about Wolfie trying to sort of make up for Methy. And now Mad Villains is just going to come out of this. Going to see if in a couple of plays they can come back with at least one answered touchdown. That'll bring them within striking distance of a tie next half and possibly even a win. But they probably need this touchdown here. And the Cruel in the gang would probably be well advised just to stay back and do his own defense. But something tells me these ladies they're not into that kind of idea. They're not into those kind of games. They're into just staying in their faces and punching them down. And yeah, they're going to put most of their forces over there on the left. That is probably a good idea. Just try to steamroll down the field. All right, Wolfie's going to get in there. However, he does have a weakness in one spot. They can actually move into here, into this spot, and hit him. We'll see if they see that. First, though, they're going to do a lot of damage on the opposite side. And now, I'm surprised they didn't do the blitz right there. If they'd gone in, maybe it just wasn't enough, of a possibility of really doing much damage there. So instead, they're going to, try to get on the other side, but get knocked down themselves. I get knocked down. I get knocked down again. Then I get knocked down some more. I get knocked down. You're going to keep knocking me down. Oh, man, both teams still have 2 rerolls. So I'm kind of surprised you didn't use one there. But I suppose at the same time, it's one of those things at this point where it's like they probably just don't even think they can make it. Yeah, they only have 1 play left. Probably don't have enough distance to make it. So now it's just a matter of beating each other up as much as possible. No reason to use a reroll like that. And now is the perfect time to tell you about the drink of the day. Oh, one of the players gets knocked in the head. So I got my usual Mountain Dew and vodka. Yes, my trashy drink. Oh, what is it called? I think my girlfriend, my trailer park drink. Oh! And knocked the one over. And the player, Wolfie, isn't going to go for the touchdown. He knows he can't make it, so he's just going to try to beat up on Therese, who got the touchdown last time. I'm surprised he didn't go after, the one who had to feud with someone. Oh, Adon, the Seducer, is knocked out. Although it's surprising there haven't been more KOs this game. That's, I think, the first one. So while it's a surprise at the same time, 2 skulls. There is the luck of the Mad Villains. You've heard of the luck of the Irish. This is the luck of the Mad Villains. Wait a minute. No, that was actually Cruel in the gang got that. Okay, well then, I guess they shared the love a little bit. Or shared the hate. Shared the frustration. There we go. And now for Smackdown. And Comb Over is stunned, but not knocked unconscious or killed. This is the audience that probably is not cheering but jeering. Here we go. So to satisfy them, they send the audience a ghoul. I almost said gruel, which that's what they're going to try to turn him into. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like they did much to him. I guess knocked into the audience means they're knocked out. So close enough. And now going to start knocking someone. Yep, is just going to knock around all over. And there goes the last play, end of the half. That's a good way to end a half, is to be knocked out. So now, we're going to go to the halftime show while I take a drink. Hello and welcome to the halftime show. I am Zombie Howard Cosell. Tonight's musical entertainment has been canceled because Justin Bieber's monkey finally caught up to him and he is covered in monkey poo. I thought I would go my entire career without saying that phrase, but there you have it. Undeath has brought many surprises. Alright, let's get to the other games. At the drainage basement, we have the Sewer Water Sallies returning to take on the 80s Grady's. Do you remember the 80s? These monstrosities do, and they have the hair to prove it. The first half began with the Skaven getting the ball and running it all the way to the touchdown in one turn. I tell you, these vermin have got legs that never quit. 80s Grady's get it, Slaywatch picking it up. They throw a fireball into the nearest Ratman, and Salacious, who got the touchdown, goes after Slaywatch, injuring him and running in for another TD. The Grady's get it again, and this time they avoid the hit, and Slaywatch, the lifeguard turned Blood Bowl player, gets it all the way down for a TD, making the score 2-1. But without enough time left in the half, they are unable to tie it up. So the game ends with a Skaven victory. On to the Duckfest, a word I never expected to have to say in my professional life. But this is my unlife, so I guess it's fair enough. The bombardier of the scary clowns kicks it off to the bashy duckers. They run it down the center where the goblins are awaiting them. But the loony tries to juggle his chainsaw and cuts himself up. So the orcs are able to run it down the center with little resistance. Then shift to their right, and Sneaky Ducker runs it in for a TD. It's kicked off to the goblins who run it down to their right. The bashy duckers manage to, well, bash their way through the goblin cage and tackle the ball carrier. The ball bounces into the hands of Duck Trumpet. The player with the unfortunate name who keeps trying to make Blood Bowl great again takes it all the way for a TD. He's got the crowd riled up enough to storm the Capitol. And there the score remains at 2-0 until the end. And Jamie Ball was at the game. Doesn't it look like she's having some fun? There were 2 other games, but the video files got deleted after Take Your Snotling to Work Day went horribly wrong. So we'll just send it back to you in the booth. Alright, we are back. The players are taking their positions on the field. Looks like Mad Villains now are going to actually put a little bit more effort into their position. Oh, that's an interesting position there. You got, the doubles there, the 2s on each side, nobody in the backfield. That is probably pretty good for an agile team, because usually the agile team's just going to dodge past the first person, or they're going to knock the first one down and then run past them. And yeah, I should have paused on that, because that was an interesting... Oh, and now is a very small kick going real shallow into the middle. And it looks like the Cruel and the gang have a strong center. They're going to bring one of them back to catch the ball, and 2 on each side doing somewhat of that same kind of eye, just like they're doing the eye defense all the way across. They're doing the eye offense. Wow, this is a very interesting position here. I'm going to pause for just a second. Just look at the situation. I mean, that one's moved out of place, but the 2 there, 4 in the center, 2 in the back, and then the 1 right there in the center, and then against them is doubling up all the way around. I just think it's a fantastic situation, or an interesting situation. And now, it looks like they're going to put a strong center there, all 5 across. They're just going to try to knock their the defense away from them. I guess that makes sense when you have these doubled up groups on the sides. You might as well just go down the center. However, now they have Therese running over to the right to push one of them, and then coming back. Not quite sure what that was. I guess she just really doesn't like Selleck. Just ran over there. It was like, I hated Magnum P.I. and smacked him in the face. Oh, and they're going to go back for the ball, but to give the ball to one of them in the back, but has a little bit of trouble. But after bobbling the ball a little bit, she's got it. She's going to run over here to the right. Who is that? That is Hipsy. And now she's going to throw it to Man-Tamer. No, wait, is that right? No, to Antianara. Hipsy Man-Tamer sending to Antianara. Oh, Antianara from the first half had one of the touchdowns and has a an ongoing feud with not Lupe. This time her antagonist Wolfie is on the other side, so now she's going to just have to beat around another dog. And since she won before, I guess that makes him the underdog. Cue music. All right. So now looks like Mad Villains are going to try to get over there. This is sort of their weakness. This is actually a smart move on the part of Cruel and the gang, because they know that Mad Villains is slow. So, I mean, not all of them. Of course, the werewolves are fast, and the ghouls are pretty fast as well. But most of the rest of the team, they're going to be able to outrun that. Sort of thins out the numbers that they're opposed to by going over on one side. But Lupe is going to try to block that. He's going to... Oh, after a re-roll, he gets nothing good and goes down. I would say instead of calling any of these Amazonians man tamers, I'd call them dog tamers. Because they clearly... what do they call the dog whisperer? Call them by that name. Alright, the one with the airplane neck pillow goes on forward. I'm sure she has a name. I'm calling her neck pillow. And they go, and Tianara goes up there to the, basically to where everybody else is already blocked, but she does have weakness in the front. Just enough for her antagonist, Wolfie, to come in. He has just enough room to go in there. Maybe this goal, but Wolfie is free and clear. It's open for him to be able to go in there and get her. And the rest of them are doing their best to get to him, but they're not going to have the time or the space. And now their drive ends with double knockdown in the center. There's a little bit of, okay, well, actually they knocked one of them back and did get cranky over there, but yes, just as predicted, Wolfie has come around and is knocking Antianara back. She's got dodge, she's not going to be taken down, but he has frenzy. He is going to push her into the item. She can try to dodge, but she is going to be dodged right into the crowd, who's just kicking her in the face. Antianara is down. The ball is going out there, going right into one of her, but she does manage to throw it to one of her players. Antianara, being the heroine as always, manages to get to somebody. Alright, I got silent there for a little bit because I'm figuring out the audio, because I did just realize just how loud the game has been in comparison to me talking. And, I mean, well, let's face it, you want to hear the game more than you want to hear my voice anyway. So, alright, and then now they're trying to get to that ball. They're knocking some of them away, but they don't. The Cruel in the game, Mad Villains do not manage to get to the ball. Oh, and Cruel in the Gang tries to get into place so they can get the ball. Oh, but the turf is just too dang slick. Even with a reroll, they slip and fall. This is now the luck has gone to the Mad Villains. They have an opportunity here to get that ball and get some yardage on there. They're going to need this, and they're really going to need this in order to even have a chance to catch up and do a tie. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Let's see how it works out. That was a smackdown, getting one of their players, who is that? Tessapeel away from the ball, and now they're getting one of the others out of the way. They're just like, get out of the way of the ball. This is our ball. We want it. Oh, and now who is Lordy? Has the ball. Lordy. Almighty. He is going towards the center. He is heading towards the touchdown. There's nobody between him and the end. You do have several players who are lying down on the job around him. They're going to be able to get up and do something, but they're putting zombies around him to try to stop that. And they're slipping away. One of the ghouls is going to slip away. I mean, that's not going to stop the players who are down from being able to get in there, but that is going to help quite a lot. And just now a lot of beating around in other areas. Hispy Mantamer is KO'd. So the second knockout of the game, not including those that have been pushed to the sidelines. And a knock to side. Now on to turn 12. Cruel in the Gang gonna try to get up and get in the way of this run, try to stop them or at least slow them down to minimize their number of points they can make. They're all getting up. I'm surprised that one didn't go up, but you're probably just having a lot of them stand up to try to get in his way. I don't know if they're going to try to actually tackle him. I mean, maybe this one could get up. Oh, but that's not going to happen if there's a knockout in the backfield here. So, Wolfie, who is I believe it's Wolfie, it's not Lupe. Yeah, Wolfie has stopped their ability to keep on going because their runner was exposed, could have done it, but Wolfie's not going to let that happen. He is now going to take the initiative, get into frenzy mode, and go after Tessiapile. At least got Tessiapile out of the way. Now Lordy is free to run, just singing all the way, I am Lord, 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 Lord. Running down the field, gonna get down there, and then the zombies are gonna get into the blocking position. Well, one of them is. The other one's just gonna turn around and just start beating up on people. And here comes their flesh golem, Future Boy. Oh, double block over there. And Ghoul's gonna Ghoul. Take down one more player. And now, yeah, at this point, I think there's a little bit of... Oh, Gramps is knocked unconscious. There we go. It is about time we have some KOs in this game. For the first time, we're actually seeing some of them go down. And you can tell Cruel and the gang have given up trying to go after the ball carrier. They're not even worried about him stalling because they know he needs another touchdown. So they're going to try to take out as many players as they possibly can. They're going to have... Okay, well, they're going to send one person for a little bit of pressure. Probably... Okay, Alkeon. Wouldn't it be interesting? I'm surprised, actually, that they don't, stay back and just knock them in. I guess they can get injured as well, just like that. Can fall back. I've done that. I didn't get up for a week. Oh, my God. They just cannot stay on their feet. Is that the same one that... Man, either they have very slippery shoes or this is very slippery grass. And here he comes in for the touchdown, Lordy. Lordy has a touchdown. Cruel and the Mad Villains are on the scoreboard with 1 point. Now they are going. There's their cheerleaders as well. Now they are going to need to do some kind of onside kick to be able to rush forward and get. I mean, they're just basically going to have to drive forward to have a chance to tie this game up. But they still could possibly do it. It is still within the realm. If not, at least Lordy has a point to his name. Yeah, we have 3 turns left on both teams. Anything could happen at this point. All right, yeah, and as predicted, Mad Villains are placing themselves right up there on the line. They're probably going to put everybody on the line, except for, you have the Ghouls back, just not even as a safety, but rather as to see where the ball's going to go and how they can rush forward and get it out of the hands of Cruel and the gang to get a touchdown. All right, here comes the kick. And there's another pitch invasion. And a bunch of the Amazonian women. Man, these some abusers went out there. But there's a touchback, so they're going to be able to choose who it goes to. But, man, that was really a tough thing for them. The Mad Villains lost 1, but the Cruel in the game lost a bunch of others. But they still have enough along that line to have guards for their runner. So they're going to try to protect her. Yeah, and that's what I thought they'd probably bring in from the flank. Now, that is kind of interesting where they're putting. I would have expected her to come like somewhere like here. Yeah, just exactly where Alke went is where I would have. Oh, okay, so they're going to have enough there. I would have expected them to keep the line steady and just have others do the box. But, this works as well, and they're ahead, so they don't really need another touchdown so much as they just need to stop the Mad Villains from getting the ball from them. And at least slowing them down is the right move. And yep, the Mad Villains is going to send Lupe out forward so that when they get the ball, they could maybe pass it to him so he can run in for the touchdown. That is a good move. And now they're going to surround the box and try to find a way through it. They have to watch out, too, because next turn, at least this one is going to be getting back up. I mean, both of their ladies who have been knocked down are going to be getting back up. So just wonder which one is Wonder Woman. All right, yep, that's where they're going to try to get through the box, is sort of close to the front. They've done their blitz action. And they just keep getting those rolls that would work on someone else. They must have trained against other other necromancers, because they keep doing things that would work against other necromancers, but not against people who can dodge. All right, the other werewolf is going around to the backside. And now we go back to Cruel and the gang to see if they're going to be able to hold onto the ball to keep it out of the hands of Mad Villains to get their second score and tie this up. Looks like, oh, they're going to send somebody off to the side. Who is that? Oh, I need my reading glasses. All right, Tessia, oh, whatever. Yes, oh, and Cranky is injured. He's going to be going to the hospital. What kind of no long-term effect? But I bet when he gets up, he's going to be very disappointed. All right, so now we have the ball. We're going to have a pass. I think it's the first pass of the game. Oh, and doing a special kind of pass, and it goes into the hands of Tessipile. I guess she's getting it out as she's waving in the face of the zombie. Oh, but they're going to lose the rest of the turn. But it was kind of a smart move, though, because they were just getting piled on from all around by the undead. So the idea was to get that ball out of the area, into safety, into the far left field. And now they're going to send over... Oh, no, they're not going to send Lupe over to get her. He is going to get into position probably for a touchdown. Yeah, he's just within range. And Lordy's going to get himself in a position. So Wolfie can come up. Wolfie, who has been a key player in this whole game, is going to knock her down, and the ball is going to go free. Tessus Spear Wielder is injured now as well. There's no long-term effect on her either, but the ball is free. Just juggling around right there in the center now. Oh, and with a skull. And Future Boy is injured. All of a sudden injuries right now. I guess everybody's really mad. Loses 1 point of agility. Agility that he did not have to give up. Oh my, wow. The apothecaries are busy at work at the moment. The hospitals where I don't know what they'd be called necessarily here. The bloodletting area. Anyway, so now to Cruel and the gang. The ball is loose. The Mad Villains need this to be able to go in for a touchdown. But they're going to knock down Wolfie. Wolfie, who's been knocked around a lot this game. Not taken down by Alcyone. So these rivalries just keep going, although I think it is a different Alcyone. I've lost track of the names. Anyway, okay, and they're going to try to get it. The bobbles up and down. Cannot go into the hands of Lordy. So the ball is now loose. Mad Villains have this one final chance to pick up the ball, get it to Lupe, and get it into the end zone. Let's see if they can do it. They're going to knock somebody over that's just kind of keeping this player. Okay, now this is kind of a puzzle. Punk is going to go back to try to probably knock one of these out of the way. One of these ladies, nope. And now here comes the blitz. He is going to knock Alcathone out of the way. He's got a frenzy. He's got to move there. Now he has to be able to dodge. Oh no, actually Lordy tried to go for the ball, got knocked down, did not have the reroll, and that ends the game. It is 2-1, Cruel and the gang over Mad Villains. That was a good game. It was a nail biter to the end. It could have ended up tied, would not have ended up in a Mad Villain victory because of that great play right at the end of the first half. There you can see all the statistics. And the SPP, for some reason, did not come out in this particular one, so you're not going to see SPP coming out. I don't know if that was a setting that was placed on the thing, or if that's just part of the Wissen tournament. Anyway, you can say in the comments below what you think that was from, or if it was maybe a terrible conspiracy from the Underdark. Anyway, that's it. You can see the stats on there. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. There's going to be more come along. We're going to have one last tournament. There are going to be 4 of these, so you can kind of see, so you'll be able to see who winds up on top. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and happy gaming, everybody.